Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I bid to Dr. Badri Sang, our respective lecturer. Before we start, let me introduce our panel for the show. My name is Nufara Nabila binti Razli.
My name is Ainul Munira binti Muhammad Yusuf.
My name is Fahanis binti Azmi.
So the topic that we will be discussing in this show is the effectiveness of the product position of Proton in the market share in Malaysia. Now I'm going to pass the spotlight to Miss Ainul, the Director Group Quality in Proton.
So, first thing first, let me tell you about the history of Proton. It started on the year of 1979 when Malaysia's former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad considered a vision for the creation of a national vehicle. In 1983, the first car launched by Proton Holdings Berhad was Proton Saga. As the first and only national car of the country at the time, Proton was recognized and quickly became Malaysia's number one trendy car option. The company has numerous car models which are extremely common in the Malaysian market. Furthermore, Proton manufactures automotive parts and related goods. The company has several branches and partnerships. This business include the manufacture of vehicles, spare parts, research and development, as well as distribution service. In Malaysia, Shah Alam is the principal factory of the company. The plant produces at least 250,000 cars a year. The company is regarded as the most famous and creative automobile manufacturers. However, after the automotive industry was entered by Perusahaan Automobil Kedua Sendirian Berhad, which is Perodua, and it became the second national beige cars. Proton then faced with their actual challenge. This contributed to the red ocean situation in which close rivalry culminated in bloody red ocean of rival battling over a reduction in profit pool. Still bleeding from the war, Proton could manufacture better quality cars with daily skill and capital, in addition to involvement of Proton as the nationwide car maker. However, through the innovative product positioned by Proton, the review of Proton is now conducted for such reason. The objective of this paper is to deliver a strategy implementation for Proton by product positioning. Now I will briefly explain the literature review. Based on the scientific literature of marketing, there are varieties of different meaning of positioning. The positioning principle aims to place an object in the mind of potential buyers in a certain position. Marketing are using a positioning strategy to differentiate between products of their organization and competition and to create promotion to convey the desired role. Furthermore, the goal of positioning in the mind of consumers is to build a unique and advantage picture. According to the author field, positioning is therefore the logical conclusion of the series of activities which are essential to the strategy for marketing. Apart from that, the criteria for a better positioning are market segmentation and target marketing. Positioning of the product means decision and action aimed at creating and sustaining a certain idea of the product in the mind of customers. In addition, a particular marketing mix is formulated to impact on the overall view of potential consumers of a brand product line of organization. In short, the product position is the opinion of consumers about a product characteristic in relation to competing products. A lot of buying decisions are made by consumers every day. Instead, advertisers must try to manipulate and educate consumers' understanding of various goods rather than encourage them to put their product independently. Now I'm going to pass to Ms. Farhanis, the head of automotive and defense in Proton.
Thank you, Ms. Ainul. Now, I will continue to methodology part. This study adopted a two-stage approach. The first was a qualitative exploratory stage followed by a descriptive quantitative stage. The data collection instrument were a comprehensive literature review and a web survey. So, in this report, we use web survey as our reference. We provide two sections for this survey. Now, we move to the SWOT analysis. The report contains a detail of SWOT analysis, information on the company key employees, key competitors, and major products and services. One of the important strengths of Proton is its reputation and strong brand image due to the long years of it being in the industry as the first national car brand in Malaysia. Adding to this, by having its own Campro 1.6-liter engine, Proton stands on a foundation of sterling strength as Malaysia's largest auto manufacturer, the only full-fledged OEM car manufacturer in Southeast Asia with international engineering expertise. This is possible due to acquisition of Lotus Group in 1996 and the recently purchased the 2.0-liter engine developed by Petronas in 2016 for its future model. The obvious weakness of Proton is they have a bad reputation for producing low-quality cars. One such example is the earlier generation of Campro engine for the assembly of their Gen 2 model which consumed more fuel than expected. Even though this issue was resolved in their recent model, like the new Proton Persona, many view Proton as a maker of cars that lack excitement. By having Geely on board as the new shareholder, Proton would have the opportunity to access the right-hand drive segment in the Southeast Asia. More importantly, Proton should be able to tap into local opportunities based on the projection made by the Malaysia Automotive Association for total industry volume growth by 1.4% in passenger vehicle segment as compared to 2016, which come to a total of 522,000 units. However, the biggest threat to Proton is the liberalization of automotive industry national automotive policy in 2014 that would lower the barrier to entry for other car brands, especially foreign car makers who are poised to increase their market share in Malaysia. Now we move to the BCG, okay. Boston Consulting Group. From our analysis, Proton is in the question mark quadrant because Proton possesses low internal market share in the high growth automobile industry. Division in quadrant 1 have a low relative market share position. Yet, they compete in a high growth industry. Generally, these firm need are high and their cash generation is low. These businesses are called question mark because the organization must decide whether to strengthen them by pursuing an intense strategy. For example, market penetration, market development, or product development, or to sell them. I'm going to pass the spotlight to Ms. Nabila, Director Marketing, Branding, and Motorsport in Proton.
Thank you, Ms. Farhanis. Now I am going to talk about the result and the discussion of the study. The first question that we have distributed to a few respondents on Google Form. The first question that we asked was the model of the car owned by the respondents. So as you can see on the pie chart, majority stated that Proton is the model of car that owned by 80 respondents, representing the majority of the population. The number followed by Perodua with 20% and Honda 80% respectively. This has shown that the closest competition for Proton are Produa and followed by Honda. Next is the market share, the automotive market share from the year of 2019 to 2020. As you can see, as you can see, the market share rose up 20.4% in the year of 2020 from 12.8% in 2019, which is more than Honda and Toyota combined. Prodor remained to dominate the market share from 2019 until 2020. However, the percentage fell slightly from 43.2% to 42.2%. This can be concluded that Proton somehow has become the choice among the Malaysian customers during the 2 years period of time. The reason why customers choose Proton cars because it is able to fulfill customers' requirements. This is because when a single product is able to satisfy a customer, they will prefer to select that product. In 2009 has expressed the view that satisfaction is a crucial factor for the customer performance and attitude. Next question that we asked in the questionnaire was the price of Proton cars are affordable. As you can see in the table, 11 and 19 respondents agreed that the price of Proton cars are affordable to be purchased compared to the other model cars such as Honda and Produa. So minority of respondents, which was 4 of them, disagreed that the price of Proton cars are reasonable. Customers tend to differentiate prices between products when they make a purchase decision, and this plays an important role in affecting customers' behavior. Ismail in 2009 defined that the price consciousness as the degree to which the customers focuses exclusively on paying low prices. Customers purchase Proton cars because it is cheaper than the other foreign brand in the market. So the next question that we asked was Proton produce better quality cars. As you can see in the histogram on the screen, 22 respondents answered agree, which has made it the majority number among the rest. Neutral is ranked the second with 12 respondents, and 7 respondents answered strongly agree respectively. This has clearly shown that the people are not unsure of the quality of the car model itself. Thus, they choose to agree with the statement instead of choosing strongly agree. So, in our progress, Proton will always strive in improving the quality of the product. This includes the body part, technology, and engine. As for the body part, this includes the raw material used to create the body parts. Due to this, Kachin Wee in 2012 mentioned that Proton tend to produce body parts which are not strong due to its low quality raw material used. If they will improve the quality of the raw materials, they would be able to produce solid body parts that is hardly damaged. As for the technology used, Proton should always equip with the latest technology in their production, such as using digital meters. They should also ensure that the technology they use have a long lifespan. So I'm going to pass the show to Ms. Farhanis to conclude the topic that we have discussed.
So, from the conclusion, from this study, we can conclude that Proton have a potential in order to perform well in the global market. With the strength that they have, they can perform in the global market if they use all the strength that they have. Those strengths can also become competitive advantage to Proton in competing in this industry. Although there are many competitors for uh, for Proton, we believe that Proton can compete with their competitor effectively with the help of their strength. Moreover, the result from the SWOT analysis enable Proton to make that critical decision in moving forward with their partnership with Gridley, Gilly to overcome their rarest weakness and mitigate threat. Proton is heading towards the right direction to becoming Malaysia market leader in passenger vehicle segment once again, which is natural the rightful place as Malaysia first national car company. Thank you very much for tuning in to Bulletin TV3.
Thank you for having us in the show.